straight to English. So, welcome everyone to class 95, Biblical Foundation, which is Genesis, the book of beginnings. So, we're back in the saddle, as they say in the United States. We're back on the horse with classes after a little bit of a break at the end of the year. So we're going to start with a review of the birth of Isaac, which we discussed a number of weeks ago. So let's see if it's so much of a review or maybe new material. But Pedro, can you kindly read Genesis 21 verses 1 to 2 in English?
Okay. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him.
Very good. The fourth word, I think you said visited or visited. It's visited.
Visited.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Very good. Let me try that in Portuguese. E o Senhor visitou a Sara como tinha dito, e fez o Senhor a Sara como tinha prometido. E concebeu Sara, e deu a Abraão um filho, na sua velhice, ao tempo determinado, que Deus lhe tinha falado. All right. So, Lucas, can you kindly read question A in English?
How old were Abraham and Sarah?
Very good. Beautiful pronunciation. So, do you remember from last time? I think Pedro, as a Bible scholar, he knew the ages last time. Does anyone remember other than Pedro? Abraham was how old when
I don't
Isaiah?
remember. We have spoken about that uh,
Yeah, it's a what?
sometimes, but I don't remember.
Okay, maybe let's see. Lucas. Lucas, do you know? How old was Abraham? It was a big number, a round number.
I think it's 100 years.
Yes. Okay, very good. Okay, and how about Sarah?
90.
90. Well done, Lucas. Excellent. Look at that. And we're not going to go to that verse, but we know that from Genesis chapter 17, verse 17. So, wow. That's amazing how old they were. What miracles God can do. So, Josie, can you kindly read question B in English?
How many years prior had prior, prior had God made the promise?
Very good. Thank you. And you corrected yourself correctly. Prior had God made the
Prior.
promise. Very good. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, do you have an idea, Rosie? How many years prior was
29. Huh? No.
how many years prior?
25
99.
years
I
before.
think
Oh,
Bernadetti
I'm
said.
sorry.
Go ahead, Bernadetti.
25 years.
Absolutely right. Okay. And we won't go to that, but that's all the way back in Genesis chapter
Ah,
12, verses 4 and 7. Okay, so that told us how old Abraham was when God made the promise, and he was 75. Okay, excellent. So Bernadette, can you kindly read Genesis 20, chapter 21, verse 3 in English, please?
And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
Okay, very good. Excellent pronunciation. And three. E Abraão pôs no filho que lhe nascerá, que Sara lhe dera, o nome de Isaque. Okay,
I have a suggestion.
please.
It's a difficult word. Nascera.
Nasera. Yeah, I was wondering where the pronunciation, where the emphasis was. Nasera. Thank you. All
You're
right.
welcome.
So, Pedro, can you go ahead and read question C in English?
What does the name Isaiah signify? And why was it chosen?
Very well pronounced. Thank you. Does anyone remember what Isaiah signifies? I think I gave it away, right?
Exile.
Oh, you said the answer.
I expressed the end, and then you just
Yeah.
expressed the end. You just answered, Benedetti, with a laugh. Okay, so laughter. And so why was that name chosen?
Why?
Yeah. Did they just think of it at that on at the birth?
Child of the old age.
Say it again, Rosie.
Child of old age.
No, I'm
Agora,
not.
não sei se é certo o que eu quero falar. Hum,
So I'm not.
Question, question D, é isso? Question C.
I'm not sure. Are you referring to the name of a person?
Isso aqui, né? Sorriso. Oh, forget.
Oh
I,
no, not at all. Sometimes it's if it's a complicated word in English, it's hard to pronounce for the first time. If you have a laptop, you also can put it into the chat. You can type it in, and then we'll understand better, I think. But do we have an idea? Well, did was this chosen by Abraham?
Oh, maybe because Sarah um, left
Yeah.
um, when the angels um, visit them,
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
I I I think
I think
maybe
mm, I think you're right, Bernadette. Now that's why God chose the name,
uh,
but it actually Sarah gave the name because she was commanded to.
ah
Okay, so she had no,
okay.
all right, so she had to. So, but you're right. It seems like God had a purpose in that name. So,
Mhm.
Lucas, our famous Bible verse reader, Lucas, can you read Genesis chapter 21, verse 4, please?
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him.
Very good. Now that the name of the baby just born, it's hard. So it's Isaac in English. So it's an open I and an emphasis on the first I. Isaac. Okay, let me try that in Portuguese. E Abraão circuncidou o seu filho Isaque, quando era da idade de 8 dias, como Deus lhe tinha ordenado.
Okay.
So good things that people are doing what God commands, so it's good news here. Sarah did what God commands, and Abraham did what God commanded. And so let's see. Hawsey, can you kindly read question D in English?
what, what in scientific truth is evidenced here that was only confirmed by modern Science recently.
Okay, and that's recently with a like more of a Spanish R.
Sim, ok.
All right, no, so no carioca recently. All right, so very good. Thank you. So what scientific truth? Remember, the Bible is actually an excellent science book. It's a book of true science, not false science, and it reveals many, many scientific truths, thousands, many hundreds of years before human scientists confirmed the yet another part of biblical truth. So let's see. So what is the scientific truth that's evidenced here that was only confirmed by modern science recently?
Align,
Mm,
align with the peak level of vitamin K.
Excellent, Rosie. Excellent. Okay, so and you even knew the more science. So just to step back. So first of all, the eighth day after birth, science now knows, has proven, is the peak day for coagulation. All right, so you know what coagulation is? So coagulation is when the blood helps to firm up and stop bleeding. Okay, so if you have poor coagulation, you have a cut and it keeps on bleeding. But you want coagulation because then the bleeding, the blood drip, 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 and then by itself stops bleeding. Okay, so, and then the reason that Rosie just, and why is coagulation at its peak was only discovered, I think, a decade ago, was because it's vitamin D, did you say? But the level of a certain vitamin is at its height at the eighth day after birth. So very good. So was it vitamin D, Rosie? Did I hear you correctly?
K,
Which?
K,
K,
K.
vitamin K. Okay, thank you. Excellent. Very, very good. We have some scientists in the group. Okay. So that was pausing. So Bernadette, can you kindly read question E in English?
what other practice contributed to the health of the parents?
Okay. So there's some more scientific knowledge. In general, we have to remember that the Jews were given dietary laws and other laws that helped preserve them as a separate people and kept them healthier. For instance, during the Black Plague, the Black Death in Europe, the Jews died much less than the Gentiles. So God has gave the Jews many healthy practices, commands for healthy practices that help preserve them. And so let's just think, so what did we just read in Genesis 21:4 that also was a healthy practice?
The circumcision,
Say it again, Pedro.
the circumcision,
Yeah, okay, and it's healthy for whom? For the baby? For
it's it was good to the parents too.
that's absolutely correct. Okay,
And
so
so
go ahead.
and so not only the time when the circumcision was done, but also the fate of the circumcision among the parents.
Okay, so in other words, because Abraham was circumcised, uh,
Yes.
then it actually was healthier for Abraham and Sarah. Okay, so without going into the details, the non-circumcised is not as healthy or free of bacteria. Okay, so interesting. Once again, amazing stuff in the Bible. So, Pedro, can you kindly read Genesis chapter 21, verses 5 to 6?
And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me.
Okay. Very good. And here it's even explained the reason for the name. But let me try that in Portuguese. E era Abraão da idade de 100 anos, quando lhe nasceu Isaque, seu filho. E disse Sara: Deus me tem feito riso. Todo aquele que o ouvir se rirá comigo. Okay. So, Lucas, can you kindly read question F in English?
Was God's rejuvenation of Abraham temporary or more long-lasting?
Very well pronounced. Thank you. And we have some long words there, such as long lasting and rejuvenation. Very well pronounced. Okay, so was God's work in Abraham just temporary, or did he make Abraham younger for a long time? Biologically younger. Pedro, I seem to recall that you knew the answer last time. Do you remember?
This rejuvenation, I think, was long lasting because it was a longer period that Abraham and Sarah was trying to have children.
Okay, just trying, or
So,
did they still have children after Isaac?
no, do you want to speak?
And Abraham, he had other childs with Sarah. It's what speak
Excellent response, Lucas.
with with Sarah died.
After Sarah died. Okay,
Yes.
absolutely correct. So, so it was certainly long lasting. And in fact, Abraham had six more sons. Six more sons with his next wife, who was named Keturah. Okay, so that will, I think that comes later in the Bible, but like, wow, six more sons. So from 100,
I
go ahead, Pedro.
I thought because the age of Abraham, I've only thought because of it. Today I was only remembering about the age that Abraham was.
Yeah, 100.
Yes.
Okay. Well, but he was made young biologically for many more years to have six more sons. Wow. Okay, so Josie, can you kindly read question G in English? Oh, you're on mute, Hosey. Hosey, there you
Sorry.
go. No problem.
Sarah once denied she had left. What is she doing now?
Okay. It looks like Sarah is transforming.
Mhm.
So we're looking at verses 5 to 6, or specifically verse 6. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me.
She's open to laugh now that God showed his miracle.
Yes. All right. And so she's and you're right. They're going to be laughing with pleasure now. They're going to be laughing in joy, right? She also has saying that God hath made me to laugh. So she's admitting, right? She's admitting. Remember, she originally denied. She said, I didn't laugh. When the theophany of Jesus Christ said, Sarah, why did you laugh? And she goes, "Oh, I didn't laugh." So she's admitting now. She's owning that it wasn't a sin, but that mistake or that slip. Well, it was a sin to deny it. Uh, but now she's owning it. She's becoming the owner of the mother who laughed. Okay. And so she's a little more humble now, which is lovely. Okay, so Bernadette, can you kindly read Genesis chapter 21, verse 7 in English, please?
And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age.
Okay, thank you. Very well pronounced. Uh, Eviu Sara. Oh, sorry, where are we? Wrong one. 7. Disse mais: Quem diria a Abraão que Sara daria de mamar a filhos? Pois lhe dei filho na sua velhice. Okay, so uh, Pedro, can you kindly read question H in English?
What other biological miracle does this verse reveal?
All right. All right. Does anyone remember from last class? I think Pedro gave the answer last time. Does anyone else have an idea? What biological miracle is just revealed in verse 7? A new one, because we already know that having a son at age 100 is a miracle. What else is a miracle?
Mm. A old woman conceive, conceive,
Conceived, yes.
conceive.
Okay, and not just conceived. So she conceived and gave birth to a son at age 90. And then after that, what did she do? She nursed the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, or she breastfeed. All right, in the Old English, it's given children suck. And so breastfeed or able to nurse, which doesn't usually happen at age 90. So,
Mm.
all right. So God is doing a lot. So now let's continue the study of the birth of Isaac with some newer material. So, Lucas, our famous Bible verse reader. Lucas, can you kindly read Genesis chapter 21, verses 8 to 9? in English, please.
And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, Hagar the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking.
Okay, wow. Very well pronounced, Lucas. One thing I just want to point out, you pronounce the past tense of verbs in a nice classical English way, like Shakespeare. So you said weaned, and that's beautiful Old English. I just want to point out modern English doesn't say weaned, it says weaned.
Weaned.
Okay, so yeah, so the E is not really pronounced. So it's like weaned, weaned. Uh, but I love Shakespearean English. Shakespeare is the most famous playwright in English, uh, and also helped to establish the English language along with what? The King James Bible. Okay, so the two works, Shakespeare's plays and the King James Bible, established English and really brought English up to its apogee at its peak of beauty, and so keep on saying weaned, but I just wanted to point out to others you might want to say weaned. So let me try that in Portuguese. E cresceu o menino e foi desmamado. Então Abraão fez um grande banquete no dia em que Isaque foi desmamado. E viu Sara que o filho de Agar, a egípcia, o qual tinha dado a Abrão, zombava. Wow. Okay. So things are always happening in the Bible, right? These stories, it's like never a dull moment. Uh, and so, Hosi, can you kindly read question 1 in English?
É, who is smoking whom?
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Now, I want to point out a little bit of grammar. I rarely talk about grammar, but this is something that many Americans get wrong. So I want to clarify with you. So, who, WHO, is when we speak of the subject in the sentence. So I am mocking. Who is mocking is the subject. Now, when it's the object of a verb, so the subject of the verb is like who mocks, but then who mocks whom, and so the M is added to make it clear that this is the object.
Object.
Okay, after the verb. So mocks whom. All right, so that's the difference between whom and whom. And so you would never say whom is mocking who. All right. Okay, that's inverted. All right, so that M helps you to know that okay, that's the object. All right, so let's go back to the question. So who is mocking whom? It's not always clear in the very succinct English of or Portuguese of the Bible. Looking at verse 9. So who is mocking whom?
Ismael
Ismael.
is making Isaac.
Say it again, Rosie.
Ismael is making Isaac.
Okay.
Isaac.
And the
Isaac.
verb is pronounced mocking instead of,
Ma-
Is
yeah, not
mocking
making.
Isaac.
All right, making would be with an A. So
Mocking.
mocking.
Isaac.
Excellent. Okay, and you're absolutely right. And we don't even know Ishmael's name yet, but that's exactly it. The son of Hagar is mocking his younger brother. Uh-oh, not a good idea. So Bernadette, can you read question 2 in English?
This, this is one of many cases of what eternal familial problem.
Okay, very well pronounced. Thank you. Now, when I say eternal familiar problem, for instance, Pedro and Lucas are an example of the opposite of this. Okay, but what we're seeing here between Ishmael and Isaac is a problem that comes up in the Bible a lot. And what is that problem?
Um, brothers against brothers.
Okay, that's exactly right, and I love it that when you don't know the sophisticated English word for it, you just explain it plainly, and that's exactly right. So brothers against brother, sister against sister, sister against brother. All right, does anyone know the term for this?
Mm,
Maybe in Portuguese it's something similar. I don't even know.
Sibling.
Sibling, yes, Rosie, absolutely. So sibling, which is a sophisticated English word for brothers or sisters, and then
Yes.
sibling what? It's a sibling
Sibling
mm.
rivalry.
rivalry. Excellent,
Yes.
Rosie. Okay, ding, 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 ding. All right, so did you all understand that?
Rivalry.
I'm
Yeah.
going to put this into the chat because that's so good. So sibling rivalry.
Right.
Okay, so there it is in the chat. Okay, then so you see where that comes from. So if someone is a rival, it's a competitor, right? So and then rivalry is the state of then people being rivals. So it's sibling
Mm-hmm.
rivalry. All right, so
Rivalry.
excellent.
Rivalry.
Rivalry. All right, and so Pedro, can you kindly read question 3 in English?
Okay. What is the first recorded instance of this familial problem?
All right, very well pronounced. Now, just to be clear, it's not familiar. If there was an R at the end, it would be familiar, something we're used to seeing. Familial is the adjective for family. Okay, so it's a family problem. So familial. So what was the first recorded instance in history?
Um, Caim e Abel.
Absolutely right, Bernadette. Okay, so you gave it a little
How do
bit.
we pronounce
Yes, you gave it
this
a little bit
name?
of the Portuguese. It's Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel.
Yeah. So remember, often the emphasis on the English version is closer to the front. So instead of Abel, it's Abel.
Cain.
Okay. So Lucas, can you kindly read question 4 in English?
Will the descendants of Ishmael to the descendants of Isaac?
Okay. Isaac.
I see.
Yes. Thank you. All right. What do you think? Was this just a one-off thing? No, I don't think so.
Um,
So
I
go ahead, Bernadette.
no. I think no.
Yeah. And when you say no, I think not.
I think not.
Yes, when it's so no when it's up in the front by itself, yes or no. But actually then at the end, after a verb, it's I think not.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, you bet. English is fun. Okay, so yeah, I don't think so. I think not as and I agree with Bernadette. So the descendants of Ishmael are known as what? What people group?
You are mute, Rose.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I freeze? So what is the name of the people group that descended from Ishmael?
Ismaelita.
Oh no, that's Isaac. From Isaac came the Jews or the Israelis, and from Ishmael, Pedro.
The Arabs, Muslims.
Yes. And more broadly, the Arabs, because not all Arabs are Muslims.
Okay.
Okay, because the Prophet Muhammad came later, so Arabs is a broader term. Yes, and so do the Arabs still mock the Israelis today? They try to. Okay, you can say that it's worse than sibling rivalry. Uh, it's worse, unfortunately. Okay, so Hosie, can you kindly read Genesis chapter 21, verse 10, please, in English.
Wherefore she said unto Abram, Abram, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be here with my son, even with Isaac. Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah. This is like the only word in English where there's two A's. And we actually pronounce them separately. So Isaac. And one other
Isaac.
suggestion, it's not in a few words before that funny word, this bondwoman shall not be heir, not here. Here would be here and now. An heir is a descendant. And we'll see that from the Portuguese here. It'll clarify it. E disse a Abraão: Ponha fora este serva e o seu filho, porque o filho desta serva não herdará com Isaque, meu filho. Okay, so Sarah is laying down the law. Uh, Bernadette, can you kindly read question 5 in English?
Was Sarah justified in her demand?
All right, well pronounced. What do we think?
I think yes.
Yes. And how can we know that, Pedro? What is
Because
one what yeah, what is the way to say, you know what? She probably was right.
it's because God have had just stated that the heir of Abraham was also son of Sarah.
Correct?
And
Yes.
so Isaiah, who was son of Abraham and Sarah, was the real heir.
Agreed. Agreed. But then, okay, so Isaac was the real heir, but why then do you have to kick out Ishmael and the poor woman Hagar?
I think it could be to turn to turn more difficult to Ishmael try to conquer the right of the heir.
Okay. I think you're absolutely right, Pedro. One way that I would say is that Sarah is justified, yes, and it's proven over history. Okay, in the sense that Ishmael and Hagar and their descendants were not going to be good at all for Isaac and his descendants. Okay, so we can say, yeah, Sarah knew something. It's just that the first time that Ishmael mocked Isaac, she said, this is not going to work. They have to leave. Okay, so Pedro, can you go ahead and read Genesis 22:11, please?
Okay. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
All right. And let me try that. Very good. Pareceu esta palavra muito má aos olhos de Abraão por causa do seu filho.
I
Yes?
have a suggestion. It's ma.
Ma. Okay, thank you. Ma. All right, so here's an instance where I think the wife overrules the husband, or she has the instinct. She's doing what needs to be done, and the father, the husband, has too big a heart. But let's go to the last page now. So that was Ped. So Lucas, can you kindly read question 6 in English?
Why was this very grievous in Abraham's sight?
Okay. So why was Abraham so unhappy about Sarah's demand?
Ishmael was also a son of Abraham. So
Yes.
Abraham loved him.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's a father's love. So partly he's concerned. If you kick out Hagar and Ishmael, as we will see, that's not easy for them. All right. That's in fact dangerous for them. So it's concern for his son, love for his son. And just to let you know, in the custom of that day, there was a duty to protect a surrogate mother and your joint son. Okay, so I'll put that word, a surrogate. Okay, and surrogate is like a substitute mother. So it's not his actual wife. So it's a surrogate mother. And so in the custom then was, okay, if you do this, then you have a duty. You have to protect both the surrogate mother and your joint son. So he was like, whoa. All right, so Hosey, can you kindly read Genesis 22:12 in English?
And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman, in all that Sarah had said unto thee. Hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Very well done. Thank you, Hosey. Let me try that in Portuguese. Porém, Deus disse a Abraão: Não te pareça mal os teus olhos acerca do moço e acerca da tua serva. Em tudo o que Sara te diz, ouve a sua voz, porque em Isaque será chamada a tua descendência. Okay, so God lays down the law and agrees with Sarah. Bernadette, can you kindly read question 7 in English?
Why was God supporting Sarah in this instance?
Very well pronounced.
Why?
Well, I'll answer. Remember, God is in the past, the present, and the future. And so he all knows it. It's all like the present to him. And so he has a long view of history, is one way to put it. He knows the conflict that will come between Isaac and Ishmael. And so he just knows. He has a long view of history. And so he is agreeing with Sarah that it's best to separate. Pedro, can you kindly read oh, no, sorry, Genesis 22:13 in English as we
Okay.
finish up?
And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed.
Very well pronounced. Thank you. So, em português, mas também do filho desta serva farei uma nação, porquanto é tua descendência. Okay, well, God was just agreeing with Sarah, and at the same time, he's not forgetting Hagar. So, Lucas, can you kindly finish us up with the last question of the class tonight, question 8?
Is this a blessing or a curse?
Okay. Do you think?
Um, I think it is a blessing
Okay. And why?
because he was Abraham, and God had made Abraham the promise of uh, a great nation.
True. But who is
Does it make sense?
all right, but who is the son of the bondwoman? Who is this verse referring to?
Uh, Ismael.
Ishmael, yes. So now we already know that Isaac is the son of promise, and that essentially the Abrahamic covenant, which is spectacular, right? The father of many nations. Uh, so that Isaac already is the son of promise. The Abrahamic covenant goes through him. But then God goes an extra step and he says, well, you know what? Ishmael, I will make a nation as well. So my question, is that a blessing or curse in general? It's a blessing for Ishmael and Hagar, let's say, but is it a blessing or a curse in general?
It was by a sign, a curse for the descendants of Isaiah.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, this was not good for the Jews, Israel, or for the Abrahamic covenant. So in other words, Abraham had a big heart for his son Ishmael, and God said, "Okay, I hear you. I'm not going to let Ishmael die in the desert, right, with Hagar. In fact, I'm going to make a nation of him. But boy, is that nation going to cause you problems." Okay, so I would say it's a little more of a curse than a blessing for the long history, right? So
Mm,
so God responds to Isaac's love for his son, but then he said, "Okay, and remember, I Abraham and and Hagar, essentially Abraham sinned because he was not patient enough. He shouldn't. The promise was that Sarah would give him a son. And because his faith was not strong enough, he accepted Sarah's advice and he went to the bondwoman, Hagar. And so the consequences of that would be long lasting. And God here is saying, okay, I'm going to make a nation out of Ishmael and his descendants. So dramatic, and a dramatic conflict that does not end even today, that has no end even today. So, all right. Well, we went a little bit long in tonight's class, but so good. So any questions or comments in English? All right, I'm going to take that as a no. And thank you all for participating who are watching by video.